everybody. Thank you again for stopping by to visit the channel for this upcoming unbiased game preview. If you want to stay updated with the latest highlights or game previews, hit that subscribe button, click the notification bell, and select all so you won't miss another video. Today's preview, we're heading to the Big House for a top 15 matchup between Michigan and Penn State in a Big Ten showdown. Michigan has won 7 in a row since their opening game loss against Notre Dame, and Penn State, after losing 2 in a row, is back on a 2-game winning streak. Michigan having a really good defense is not a big secret. They are scary good. The big surprise is Penn State's offense being as low as they are after being ranked in the top 10 in offensive S&P Plus last year. S&P Plus does give Michigan a 69% win probability, and Vegas has them as a 10-point favorite. Michigan doesn't strike you as having a great offense, but they can nickel and dime you to death if you aren't careful. They aren't explosive in the passing game, which is ranked 68th in advanced metrics, but they are extremely efficient, ranked 13th in efficiency. They aren't as efficient in the running game, ranked 58th in the country, but they are explosive in that area, ranked 19th in explosiveness. Much like their counterparts from State College, Michigan is not a fan of getting in obvious passing downs. They like to stay away from that as far as possible. They are first in the country in average third down distance with an average of 5.8 yards per third down distance. However, the real strength of that team is the Michigan defense, and that defense is what the Alabama offense is to college football, and that is pretty scary. I always wondered what Don Brown would do with a group of athletes instead of the sound, disciplined group he fielded at Boston College, which was ranked 2nd in defensive S&P Plus, and he hasn't been disappointing. His defenses since 2015 has been ranked 2nd, 10th, and now 1st in defensive S&P Plus. Long story short, you don't want to get in obvious passing downs, they don't give up a ton of big plays, they're ruthlessly efficient, and I hope you believe in the power of prayer. Their last performance against Michigan State warranted them getting arrested. The Spartans averaged 1.84 yards per play against them. I understand Michigan State's offense doesn't scare anybody, but that is hard to do against an FBS team. Penn State's scoring offense has been top 10 quality all season long. Quarterback Trace McSorley and running back Miles Sanders has been the catalyst offensively. They are adept at running the football with the 9th ranked rushing offense S&P Plus in the nation, and they are 11th in rushing marginal explosiveness. The big shock is their passing game hasn't exactly hit on all cylinders this year. McSorley is only completing passes at a 52.8 completion rate, and they haven't been efficient on passing downs with their efficiency rating at 121st in the nation. However, when they are on standard downs, they are rated in the top 30 in 3 of the 4 major categories. So when they are on schedule, they can be a problem on offense. There is some scuttlebutt about Trace McSorley's health in this one, so that is something to watch if he's not going to be 100%. He'll play for sure. The only way he'll miss this game is if you cut the kid's heart out. On defense, Penn State is exceptional in pass defense, and they don't give up many explosive plays through the air. They are 2nd in the country in allowing big plays over 20 yards. Even though they allow over 90% of their opponent's passing averages, they are generally a bend but don't break defense. When you get in the red zone against them, it is difficult to score inside the 10-yard line, and they are ranked 13th in that metric, as well as ranked 25th in creating turnovers inside the 10-yard line. When Michigan has the ball, we see some maize and some Penn State blue, mixed with some pushes. Michigan's offense on standard downs is one of the elite offenses in the country, along with their rushing offense as well. As I mentioned before, Michigan hates obvious passing downs. Their 3rd and long success rate is at 14.6%, which is good for 127th in the country. Penn State is ranked 52nd in 3rd and long success rate on defense at 22.6%. It's safe to say there's going to be some battles won on both sides in this one. Keep an eye on the battle of the trenches between these two. Penn State's defensive line is 19th in the country in stuff rate, which is the percentage of tackles behind the line of scrimmage, and the Michigan offensive line is 51st in that category. So if Penn State can make plays behind the line of scrimmage and force Michigan off course, it could be uncomfortable for the Wolverine offense. When Penn State has the ball, good luck at this point. There is a ton of maize as expected in this battle, but there are some pushes here with Penn State's rushing offense and their standard down offense. They haven't looked great on offense in the last 2 games prior to Iowa, and this is not a defense to have an off game on. If there is a kryptonite to Michigan's defense, it is their red zone defense inside the 10-yard line, ranked 105th, and their 1st and goal success ranking at 74th in the country. Coach Don Brown usually spies mobile quarterbacks, so we'll see if he plays McSorley that way. Michigan being ranked in the top 10 in almost every major defensive category is insane, no matter how you slice it. For Penn State, they have to stay on schedule and play smart. They cannot take chances that aren't there against a Michigan defense that is opportunistic, that can also turn defense into quick offense. For Michigan, they cannot give Penn State a short field to work with. Anytime you have a team like Penn State, they get into an offensive rhythm, and once they do, that's like a snowball going down the hill. The computer projection is giving Michigan a 28-21 victory in this game. Michigan is more productive at home than they are on the road. They average 113% of their typical yard per play average in Ann Arbor. Penn State, on the other hand, averages 98% of their usual yard per play average away from Happy Valley. This will be the best defense Penn State will see all season long, so it's predicting them to struggle a bit but still get their points since they score 146% of what their opponents typically allow. Last year, Penn State was just better than Michigan, and it showed on the field. They had all sorts of fun with them, averaging 8.3 yards per play, gaining 506 yards of offense, and scoring 42 points. It was the most yards Michigan allowed since 2015, in which Indiana gave them 527 yards, and the most under a Don Brown coached defense since Michigan State had 401 yards on them in 2016. This year, I think Michigan has some extra incentive to win this game, and I believe they are a better team right now in my opinion. I got them winning this game by the score of 27-17. So that's all I got for this game preview. Let me know what your thoughts are on the game in the comment section below. Also, I have a notification shout out to Otis Hall. He says, love what you're doing with this. First time tuning into the channel because unlike most channels, you're stating facts. Keep up the good work, bro, and go blue. I appreciate you subscribing to the channel, man. Give me your score prediction and tell me why your respective team is going to win the game. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. All I ask is that you give the video a like, and if you love college football as much as I do, hit the subscribe button and be on the lookout for the next video. Thanks for watching.